What is strawberry generation?
Have you ever heard someone say that Generation Z is too soft, too sensitive, or even like a strawberry? Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I will be briefly introduce to you our case study for today. The earlier idea of referring Generation Z as the strawberry generation reflects today's society's perception towards the youth as fragile and also unable to handle the pressure. So, at present, we will explore whether Generation Z is truly soft or actually misunderstood. My teammates will give an in-depth analysis further in this video.
Different generations often have varied perspectives on life due to their unique experiences with cultural and historical events. The generation gap between old generations and Gen Z affects how we communicate, as people often hold stereotypes based on perceived age. The definition of Generation Z has different interpretations, but most sources stated Gen Z birth years as 1997 to 2012, but the general consensus aligns with the late 1990s to early 2000s. According to Sim Deng Mei, Generation Z were born in the 1990s and raised in the 2000s during the most profound changes in the century who exist in a world with the digital media.
We wanted to highlight the term in our selected case, which is the strawberry generation. The strawberry symbolizes Generation Z because it carries the concept of beauty on the outside but fragile and soft on the inside. Similar to Generation Z, they may live and raise in a well-advanced era, but how they think and how they act contradict with this fact. For example, in the article of the characteristic of Generation Z by Anna Robert, it is stated that Generation Z frequently change their job due to the mindset of if the job is attractive. However, these perceptions may differ among generations because as stated in the same article, the characteristic of Generation Z by Anna Robert, it is stated that Generation Z was raised and born in the different circumstances compared to the older generation specifically. Therefore, it shapes how they handle problems differently compared to the older generations. For instance, their reliance on technology and emotional openness may be interpreted as weakness, but in reality, it reflects the adaptation to modern challenges.
Society often viewed Generation Z, also known as Gen Z, through harshness, labeling them as lazy, entitled, and overly sensitive. These negative stereotypes define the generation's reputations even before they can walk into a room.
So what actually is stereotype or stereotyping? According to Samovar et al., stereotyping is a way our minds simplify and categorize our experiences with different group of people. It helps us organize our perceptions by putting people into groups based on our knowledge, beliefs, and expectations about them. Furthermore, Generation Z is commonly associated with heavy use of digital devices, often prioritizing screen time over outdoor activities.
This perception are closely linked to the concept of strawberry generation as a term used to describe young individuals who are strong on the outside but perceived as emotionally fragile and easily affected by pressure.
According to the article named The Characteristic of Generation Z and How Generation Thinks, research on Generation Z, Gen Z are often expected to achieve high-flying careers without much struggles. They are seen as egocentric and tend to reject the mainstream things unless they find them appealing. Due to high pressure to succeed, they are also perceived as wanting instant success. According to Levi Smith in his article, society often stereotypes Generation Z as technology obsessed, when in reality they are actually at technology reliance. This leads to strawberry generation stereotype as they believe they cannot work when technology are removed from their life.
In a nutshell, the strawberry label is a trap of our own making by reducing Gen Z to a stereotype of short attention span and instant success. We stop seeing their potential and only see their pressure. If Generation Z refuse to go past the label, they lose their future. Avoiding things because they are too hard means living half a life. Every problem becomes dead end and every challenge becomes an excuse to quit. You don't just stay soft, but you also stay stuck. The solution is to embrace the struggle. Stop running from things that are hard. Use those challenges to build your strength. Resilience is a habit, not a gift. Every time you stay when it's tough, you grow. Therefore, the generation is defined by how they rise, not how they are labeled. Take your judgment for mentorship. Growth starts where comfort ends.
Bye!